They first drilled a large hole into the whale's head. Then, a thin and frail sailor was sent inside. Enduring the pungent stench, the sailor slowly began scooping out the sticky liquid. Just a single small bucket of this oil was more valuable than gold. At that time, petroleum had not yet been discovered, and whale oil was considered the finest fuel. This trade brought them enormous profits. Soon, humans began hunting whales like madmen. A single whale could yield nearly 50 barrels of oil, but compared to their target of 2,000 barrels, it was still far from enough. So, they shifted their hunting grounds from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean. There, they met an experienced captain. The captain told them that near the equator, thousands of whales could be found, and from there, their goal of 2,000 barrels could easily be achieved. But he also gave them a warning. In those waters, a giant white whale guarded its kind. Driven by humanity's ruthless slaughter, the white whale had turned vengeful, determined to take revenge on mankind. Blinded by greed, however, the captain and Soul ignored his warning. They stocked up on supplies and continued their voyage. Within days, they reached the equatorial waters, and just as the captain had said, countless whales filled the sea. The sailors quickly split into 3 groups and launched their boats toward the herds, hurling their long harpoons again and again. Just as Soul was about to strike, a massive whale overturned their boat. It was none other than the white whale the captain had spoken of. Everyone was stunned with fear, but instead of retreating, Soul resolved to kill the beast. In response, the whale charged directly at their main ship. With a violent crash, the vessel's frame shattered and water rushed inside. In fury, Soul tied 2 harpoons together and struck the whale with all his strength. The weapons pierced its body, but instead of weakening it, the attack only enraged the monster further. It dove beneath the ship and slammed its heavy tail into the hull. Then, dragging the ropes, it swam swiftly toward the deep sea. The tremendous pull tightened the ropes, but the whale easily broke free. Now the ship was severely damaged, tilting as it filled with water. In panic, the sailors began transferring the oil into smaller boats, but in the chaos, the oil spilled and caught fire. A sudden explosion erupted, and flames consumed the entire ship. All their hard-earned oil, along with their food supplies, was reduced to ashes. Left with nothing, they clung to a few small boats drifting helplessly in the vast Pacific Ocean. Yet the white whale's wrath was far from over. Its vengeance had only just begun.